We are going to celebrate the feast of Saint Monica and Saint Augustine. Saint Augustine was born on 13th November 354 AD at Augusta, Africa. His mother was Saint Monica and father Patricius. Saint Augustine had good education. He was known and accepted philosopher. He could make his point clear and win over an argument or a particular thought. He was known for his intellectual caliber. Like any young man of his age, he was given to licentiousness and immoral life. Because of the unceasing prayers of his mother, Saint Monica, and on hearing Saint Ambrose, Saint Augustine had a great conversion. Saint Augustine was baptized in Milan by Saint Ambrose. I had the opportunity of seeing the place of the baptism of Saint Augustine in Milan. Saint Ambrose was a bishop of Milan, was a great bishop. He was a great preacher. He was so great that the Catholic Diocese of Milan has a special rite called as Ambrosian Rite of Liturgy. A story told about Saint Augustine when he was young, he seems to have stolen pears. It may be true or may not be true. This story tells us the tendency in man to break the law or the nature and the inclination to sin. We have to combat in us this sinful nature. For him, sin is in the nature, not so much that of external. Saint Augustine wrote a book on confessions. The book on confessions is a classical book. The book of confessions is about Saint Augustine's conversion to God. He says that we can find real happiness only in God. His famous saying, "Our hearts are restless until they rest in you." In this book, he praises God, blames himself for his weaknesses, and expresses his deep faith and trust in the goodness of God. Saint Augustine, his return to God is the return of whole creation to God. Saint Augustine tells us in this book of Confessions few points to ponder. Number one, let go of everything. Appreciate the senses and appreciate God's creation. Number three, search for truth. Do not cheat yourself. Number four, keep your priority in mind. Number five, spread good influence is the way to God. For Saint Augustine, grace must be firmly believed to be omnipotent. Without grace, nothing can happen. All good comes in the soul of man from God. And as we have seen before, the evil comes from one's own doing. We are called to be happy. He says, when we live according to the faith, we can be happy. He tells us not to relapse into sinful ways for attaining salvation. In Rome, there is a minor basilica of St. Augustine. The basilica is being looked after by the Augustinian order. In this basilica, there is a tomb of Saint Monica, the mother of Saint Augustine, Bishop of Hippo. Saint Augustine of Hippo died In 430 AD, he was buried in his cathedral in Hippo. As we keep St. Monica's feast on 27th of August and St. Augustine's feast on 28th of August, feast of mother and son so close, one after the other, both are great saints of the Catholic Church. It is really true that mothers are happy when their children do well. God really heard the tears and prayers of St. Monica. There is no doubt the Church is blessed with a great Saint Augustine, whose philosophy, theology is sound even now. May St. Augustine and St. Monica come to our help to find God and love Him. Thank you.